Good morning to all. Welcome to Splendid Leading. Today we have a discussion on my favorite leader topic. My favorite leader, Chhatrapati Shivaji. Shivaji Bhonsle, the architect of Maratha and the creator of Maratha form of government, which endured over 150 years from the midpoint of the 17th century until 1818, is more than a chronological statue and illustrative icon who is always aspiring Indian form of administration and integral humanism with the expansion of Indian territories with the cultural conservancy and safeguarding motherland as the core policies of Shivaji's administration. The empire's shield was based on religious toleration and the functional integration of Indian kingdoms against invasive dominance. Shivaji Maharaj was a secular socialist leader. He hired soldiers from all castes and religions. So he was one of the protectors of Indian values and great civilization since 1600s. He showed us the good approach of having balanced way, keeping stability of sense when confronted with troubles, rather than getting a reverse outcome and agonizing about the circumstances. He prepared the function on how to manage the adversity. It enables the Swadeshi effervescence with the origin of Indian spirit of intrepidity and courageous leadership. From the 1670s onwards, his valiance and boldness to do certainly help Indian youth against aspiring independent autonomic rule against all odds of invasion and imperial establishments. In 1674, he spread the foundation of the Maratha Empire in Western India. It is considered the prelude for the native rulers of Indian land than alliance. So I have inspired the great Indian ruler who always wanted to unite India for the Indians and rigorously worked with great efforts. The twin lifetime goals of Chhatrapati Shivaji. First, to defend the ethos of Indian culture by establishing quintessential, typical indigenous way of administration. Second, to systematize the Marathas under his leadership to carve out a self-reliant empire in Western India. Contributions of Chhatrapati Shivaji. Hind Swarajya is a praise pertained to Shivaji, the founder of the Maratha Empire. After the demise of Shivaji, the term Swarajya came into general usage, so it is regarded as the base for all collective efforts of freedom fighters against all forms of foreign aggression in Indian land. Therefore, he is called the force behind the spark of Swaraj consciousness. It helps even today also in the form of focusing pan-India centric values in the minds of our people. He dreamed of a world that no longer involved in the grips of discrimination, brutality, religious clashes, and prejudices of any type. Hence, he battled for the freedom of the western part of India from the dictatorial power of intrusive rulers. He decided to establish a new nation without any external power and domination by the continuous efforts of our native forces and dynamism. Chhatrapati Shivaji, the father of the Indian Navy, because the opponents on the western coast of India made barriers to the yield of growth of the Swaraj, Maratha naval vessel was laid down in a creek near Kalyan circa 1654. It was required to restrain their improvements and save the western coast. Shivaji also recognized that the one who has a navy controls the sea. Hence, Shivaji Maharaj introduced the navy for the cause of national security. He strategically established a commencement of the Indian Navy and forts at the coastline to safeguard the Konkan flank of Maratha. The competent commander, he successfully operated practical tactics of strategic proliferation of settlements and forts with the support of favorably mobile cavalry, including infantry units of strategic warfare. techniques and formations, whereby he achieved outmaneuvering to establishing Indian governance methods for Indian people in the western region. He seized Fort Toran with the help of Mavalis. He also grabbed the multiple forts like Chakana, Simgavad, Kondana and Purandar from Adil Shah of Bijapur from foreign powers of Indian territories. Hence, it created a strong platform to question the exterior powers from the 17th century itself. Shivaji captured the forts of Kondana, Purandar and Chakan. He constructed the forts of Rajkar. He occupied the Maratha principality of Javali and captured Kalyan, Bhiwandi and Mahuli. He killed Afzal Khan with his Baknaka of gloves with class. Finally, it constructed a new form of energy and intensity in the Indian minds to assemble the collective efforts for self-rule. Conflicts with the outlanders. Shivaji's battle with Bijapur Sultanate and his ongoing victories got him under the eyes of the Mughal Emperor. Aurangzeb noticed him as a danger to the development of his imperial plan and focused his steps on destroying the Maratha power. The conflict started in 1857 when Shivaji's militants blundered and raided Mughal regions near Ahmednagar and Junnar. In the succeeding periods, Mughal and Maratha hatreds were placated to an extensive stretch by steady mediation through Mughal Sardar Jaswant Singh. Peace lasted till 1670. After that, Shivaji launched all-out umbrage against the Mughals. He regained most of his territories circumvented by the Mughals within 4 months. Qualities of a leader. The primary reason for Shivaji's triumph was his inborn qualities of bravery and courage. He was a great military general and at the same time he had administrative skills also. He was a successful leader. Guru Ramdas, Jijabai, Dadaji Gondadev strongly influenced the nature and character of Chhatrapati Shivaji. They are very keen on native values and Swaraj thinking. Conclusion. The best thing about the Shivaji Empire was that it was prosperous indigenous tradition and culture. His vision and fearlessness to augment his empire were so fierce that other empires did not stand a prospect to compete against him. Hence, he is the most might leader, Indian ruler who challenges all foreigners and their aggressive policies on Indian land. Eventually, he succeeded in his era of Indian composition and configuration of governing and administration. It precedes the forthcoming influences during the pace of the Indian independence movement with the self-rule policies of our freedom fighters. Jai Hind. Thank you.